UFC 329 is officially in the books, and our official fight predictions finished 4 out of 7, giving us 57% success rate. But the dog delivered an outstanding result. Mario Bautista by decision cashed at approximately $4.25, and Brandon Royval by submission landed at approximately $6. Our money dog Conor McGregor by knockout at $4.50 fell short, but with equal stakes across all 3 selections, the dog still would have returned a massive 242% profit on the total amount staked. So today we're breaking down what we got right, what we got wrong, the biggest surprise of the card, which bets cashed, and the lessons we're taking into the next event. First result of the night, we got Gable Steveson versus Elisha Ellison. We started with Gable Steveson making his highly anticipated UFC debut against Elisha Ellison. Gable wasted no time making a statement. Despite being known for his Olympic-level wrestling, Steveson did almost all his damage standing, immediately pressured Ellison, overwhelming him with powerful punches and knees, and secured the TKO just 2 minutes and 31 seconds into the opening round. What impressed me most was how comfortable Gable looked without relying on his elite wrestling. I expected him to secure an early takedown and finish the fight with ground and pound, but instead he showed that his striking could become another serious weapon at heavyweight. I officially picked Steveson to win by first round knockout or TKO, and that is exactly what happened. The official pick lands perfectly, and we start the night 1-0. Next, Robert Whittaker made his light heavyweight debut against Nikita Krylov, and although Krylov's size and grappling caused some early problems, Whittaker gradually took over. His speed and combinations became the difference. Early in the third round, Whittaker landed 2 powerful right hands, causing Krylov to turn away while holding his jaw, a signal that he couldn't continue any further. What impressed me was how well Whittaker's speed and punching power translated to the heavier division. I expected his movement and experience to cause Krylov problems, but I predicted Whittaker would win by decision. Instead, he showed that he remains a genuine finishing threat even at 205 pound. I officially picked Robert Whittaker to win, so the official pick cashes, and we move to a perfect 2-0 on the night. Next, King Green took on Terrence McKinney, and this produced one of the wildest rounds of the entire card. McKinney started incredibly fast, as he always does, hunting Green with heavy punches before securing a takedown, taking him out and threatening a submission by rear naked choke. However, Green survived, escaped to his feet, and recognized that McKinney was beginning to fade. Green attacked the body and followed with punches, forcing the referee to stop the fight at 4 minutes and 59 seconds of the opening round, 1 second remaining. I correctly predicted McKinney would start aggressively and that Green could take over if he survived the early storm. Unfortunately, I underestimated Green's toughness and McKinney's problems with pacing. I officially picked McKinney by knockout or TKO, but Green completed an unbelievable comeback to hand us our first incorrect prediction of the night. We move to 2-1 on our official picks. Next up, we got Brandon Royval versus Lonia Kavanagh, and this developed into an incredible back and forth fight. Kavanagh nearly secured the finish after dropping Royval in the second round and following him down with heavy ground and pound. However, Royval survived, recovered, and created the chaotic fight that he needed to make it. In the third round, Royval took over through the grappling exchanges, secured Kavanagh's back, and finished the fight with a rear naked choke. What impressed me most was Royval's ability to survive serious adversity and then completely reverse the momentum. I predicted Royval would use his experience and creativity to win, although I originally expected the fight to reach the scorecards. I officially picked Brandon Royval to win, and our dog number 2 Royval by submission at approximately $6 also cashed. That moves us to 3-1 on our official picks. Next we have Corey Sandhagen facing Mario Bautista in a rematch of their 2019 meeting, and Bautista demonstrated just how much he has improved since then. Bautista damaged Sandhagen's leg with an early knee bar attempt, maintained consistent pressure and mixed his striking with effective takedowns. Sandhagen responded well in the second round, but Bautista secured a knockdown and controlled the grappling exchanges in the third, earning a unanimous 29-28 decision. What impressed me most was Bautista's confidence against the man who submitted him in his UFC debut. He denied Sandhagen the space needed to establish his rhythm, prove that their first meeting had little relevance 7 years down the track. I officially picked Corey Sandhagen by decision, so the official prediction misses. However, our dog number 3, Mario Bautista, by decision at approximately $4.25 landed exactly as predicted. We moved to 3-2 on our official picks, but that underdog bet produces an excellent return. Next up, we got Benoit Saint Denis facing Paddy Pimblett in the co-main event. Paddy produced one of the most impressive performances of his UFC career. Saint Denis immediately attempted to pressure Paddy and force the grappling exchanges. However, Paddy capitalized on a failed takedown, wrapped up a Darce choke, and put Saint Denis unconscious just 52 seconds into the opening round. What impressed me most was how calmly Paddy punished Saint Denis for a single mistake. I expected Saint Denis' aggression to create grappling opportunities for Paddy, but I certainly didn't expect him to secure the submission that early. I officially picked Paddy to win by submission, and that is exactly what happened. Paddy by submission at approximately $4.50 also delivered one of the best betting results of the night. Won me a bit of money too. The official prediction lands perfectly, moving us to 4-2 heading into the main event. Finally, Conor McGregor returned after nearly 5 years away to face Max Holloway, and unfortunately, the main event ended under extremely strange circumstances. McGregor attempted a running kick in the opening seconds, landed awkwardly and injured his right knee. Tried to continue, but could barely maintain his balance. Holloway recognized the injury and applied pressure until the referee stopped the fight. After waiting nearly 5 years for McGregor's return, we never really got the opportunity to see how the matchup would unfold. Simply wasn't enough action to determine whether either fighter's game plan would have been successful. I officially picked McGregor by knockout or TKO, made him our money dog, so unfortunately both selections were unsuccessful. Holloway receives the official victory, and we finish UFC 329 with a record of 4-3 on our official picks. Alright guys, so we're heading into the summary section. Gonna kick it off with what I got right. So the official picks we got correct were Gable Steveson, Robert Whittaker, Brandon Royval, Paddy Pimblett. 2 strongest predictions were Gable Steveson by first round knockout, Paddy Pimblett by submission, both fights ending exactly as predicted. We also recognised Brandon Royval's experience and submission threat against Lonia Kavanaugh. Although I listed a decision as the most likely result in my full breakdown, Royval by submission was our dog number 2, and it delivered at approximately $6. So heading into what I got wrong, unfortunately more than I would have liked. Our 3 incorrect official picks were Terrence McKinney, Corey Sandhagen, and McGregor. So McKinney's explosive start was exactly what was expected, but I underestimated Green's toughness, McKinney's pacing issues. I also gave too much weight to Sandhagen's previous victory over Bautista, and underestimated just how much Bautista had improved since their first meeting. The McGregor prediction officially goes down as a loss, but his immediate knee injury prevented us from learning much about the matchup itself. That leaves us with a fine official record of 4-3 or 57%. Biggest surprise of the card? The strangest surprise was obviously McGregor's return ending after only 69 seconds because of another serious leg injury. However, the biggest competitive surprise was King Green's comeback against Terrence McKinney. McKinney appeared close to producing a dominant first round finish after hurting Green, taking him down and threatening submissions. Somehow, Green survived, recognized McKinney was fading, and completed the comeback with only 1 second remaining in the round. Moving on to which bets cashed. Despite finishing 4-3 on the official picks, several method and prop selections delivered here. So we got Gable Steveson to win at $1.04, so not the best return, but it was a pretty steady money line. Now Steveson to win by KO or TKO at approximately $1.45, getting a bit more. Steveson to win by round 1 at approximately $2.10. We got Robert Whittaker to win at approximately $1.48 on the money line, so that was pretty decent. That cashed out. Got King Green versus McKinney not to go the distance at $1.36, so it certainly didn't. That cashed out. Brandon Royval by submission at $6. That was one of our dog picks. That cashed in. Awesome. Sandhagen versus Bautista to go the distance at approximately $1.60. That one made it. Bautista by decision at approximately $4.25. That one's a juicy one. Pimblett by submission at $4.50. Yeah, you did. Pimblett versus Saint Denis to not go the distance at approximately $1.45. McGregor versus Holloway to not go the distance at $1.35. Most importantly, the dog finished 2-1. The dog picks. Mario Bautista by decision and Brandon Royval by submission both cashed at excellent prices. Fortunately, McGregor's injury prevented our money dog from completing the clean sweep. With the lessons learned going forward. Lesson number 1, don't underestimate development. Bautista was no longer the inexperienced debutant that faced Sandhagen and got submitted 7 years ago. Lesson number 2, pacing remains a major betting factor. Terrence McKinney needs to learn, needs to stay a little bit more composed. Lesson number 3, trust the fighter's clearest path to victory. Royval's chaotic submission game and Paddy's ability to punish reckless grappling both produce excellent methods of victory. And finally, inactivity and previous injuries create enormous uncertainty. McGregor's fight reminded us that sometimes an unpredictable injury decides the outcome and correct responses to accept the result without inventing technical conclusions that the fight was never given. And there you have it. UFC 329 officially ends with 4 correct picks and 3 misses, while the dog delivers an excellent 2 from 3 results. There were some strong reads, some mistakes, and plenty of lessons to carry into the next card. Let me know your biggest surprise from UFC 329 in the comments. And if you enjoyed the video, leave a like and subscribe to CheekyMMA. I'll see you at UFC 330.